So, when I showed up at the hospital in Lebanon and Tommy was working out what my identifying symptoms were, it was pretty clear at that time that I thought I was Jesus. You know, a lot of people think that. She kind of asked me why that was, and I said, well, it's because in the situation that I'm in, it feels like crucifixion. It feels like I just am nailed to a spot, unable to use anything, you know, to get myself down. And, you know, that I am taking the punishment of everybody else's sins while they are continuing to sin and add to my burden. And so when I was watching Shut Eye, and in the first episode, Fonzo was saying, you know, that the gypsies had stolen the nail that was supposed to go through Jesus' heart, and God told him because they had saved him that pain, that they would have the right to steal forever, and you know, without consequences or moral quandary or anything. And I don't know the exact words, but that got me thinking. I think that triggered something. And you know, because you've got these people watching my every move, and they're letting anybody do anything they want. And if I start to normalize or something, then they add more to me. They nail me down. Or as Rosie used to put it, you know, I might be Gulliver, but the Lilliputians got him pinned down, you know. And you know, so, but anyway, and then we've got the situation where, you know, Dad never intended Tantra to be used. You know, the idea that anything, you know, the non-duality idea to be used in such a half and half fashion as people tend to do. And, you know, I had a lot of discussions with people about who was qualified to have this kind of information and who was not, and how to determine if people were qualified, and salience, and you know, recording devices and things like that. So you might have a conversation with someone who is qualified, and then they might share it with someone who is not. The situation that I'm in, where by some means I am doing the work of thought, developing curriculums, developing lesson materials, running different offices of the state, federal, local, city government. The problem with that is people have learned to train to edit, and a consistent way of editing, so that I'm building one thing here based on all my efforts, but in reality a completely different thing is happening. You know, and it's like chemistry. You know, you're making a completely different chemical if you skip one step. You could even add all the exact same ingredients, but if you heat the things differently, it comes out completely different.